Keller Williams has always been about taking care of people. From creating our Associate Leadership Council to profit sharing to establishing KW Cares, we've always put people first. And we've always been about decisive leadership too, especially in the face of adversity. This week, our people set a new standard for putting others ahead of ourselves and making a difference in people's lives. Let's check out some of the things you've done to bring help and hope to people in need.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you roar! Woo! Hey, welcome to Mega Relief. The reason why we have Mega Relief is because we put people in front of profits, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank all of you for your leadership. I want to thank all of you for your heart. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for living, walking, and talking the Keller Williams culture, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This week is all about us serving others. We are going to the places that have the most need. Folks, right now, we have people in Houston that have been hit and hit hard. What happened is that we were able to take care of Keller Williams, our Keller Williams family, right away. Keller Williams Cares can help whom? Just Keller Williams folks, are you with me? Mega Relief, we can use money, and who can we help? Everyone. Because at Keller Williams, folks, what we do is we show up what others don't. Please be safe, and what happens? We're ready to roll tomorrow. Thank you very much, Keller Williams. So proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So we're going to team up with Keller Williams, the largest real estate company like that in the world, and it just also happens to be Austin-based. Well, by coincidence, years in planning, they're having their international convention in August, beginning next week, bringing a couple thousand people to town for that convention. And we're going to team with them. They are turning their convention into a mega relief week. And every day next week, they're going to be staging and then putting together groups that will be headed out to different parts of the coast, Houston, Victoria, Rockport, to help folks reclaim their homes and put them back into a condition where they can and their families can live in them again.
We've been completely consistent in Keller Williams. From the very first tragedy that we experienced, which was Katrina, we moved on to Joplin, and we've experienced several others, sadly, since then. So we have two big tragedies going on at once. We have our Houston area agents that need our help. We have our Florida agents who desperately need our help. So we would appreciate it so much if all of you could come together and support our agents in the hour of need, just as we have done from the beginning of time. This last week, we spent time with about 3,300 volunteers in Houston, Texas. Went out to several homes. We removed drywall. We took out trash. We dug out insulation and hardwood flooring. We did anything we could. Whatever they asked is what we did. And now this week we have trucks that are rolling to Florida to start all over again. The challenge in Florida is the breadth of this storm was so wide and so big that we're going to have to cover an area from the very southern tip of Florida to the very northern tip of Florida and possibly into Georgia and South Carolina. So we need your help, we need your support, and we are Keller Williams. I know we'll be there for all of our agents.
What we want our people to know is KW is here. We are here for these family members. We are here to take care of their brothers, their sisters, their mothers, their fathers. This is a compassionate plea for all of our people to understand we must respond in this time of need.
This is an unbelievable outpouring of Keller Williams culture and love, and it is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
When it comes to Keller Williams, family is everything.
We strive for excellence as much as anybody in the world could, whether it's our #1 training company in the world, the #1 real estate company in the world. We always try to be better, and we always try to do better. This is one thing we don't have to try at. This is our hearts. This is who we are. This is what separated us from the beginning of time, and this is what will separate us forever.
I hope that as a community and as a company, we can continue the efforts, because it's just not this week, guys. It's going to be ongoing.
I really want to say to anybody that's listening to this how important it is to keep the energy up around this, because there's a lot of people here today. There have been a lot of people here all day, but after a little while, we all kind of get settled back into our own routine, and we need to not forget, and we need to be continuing with this kind of energy.
Our company is about perseverance, it's about culture, and it's about pressing forward. And I know that in the next few months to come will be difficult, but we're going to make it through.
Tragedy is hard on everybody. And yet when you pull together as a team, as a group, as a family, it allows healing. It allows for people to cry, to get together and be together, to share testimonial, to bring us tighter. And here's what I do know. In the greatest times of tragedy, those who come together and care for one another are the ones that come out far greater than anyone else on the other side.
I was a New Jersey State Trooper where that's what we did, and I've seen companies come and pour out before, but never like this. I've never seen a company that just did everything they could, not just money, but especially with this effort, like the volunteers, to bring out 10,000 people to actually go and do clean outs and to spend their time and energy and efforts and to want to do it. That's cool. I mean, I've never seen, and I've been around a couple tragedies, as a trooper, and a lot of it, Red Cross, and I remember some of the, the national assistance, but the way Keller has done it, I mean, they really, if you on a national level, I mean, I've seen the same support as Red Cross, because I've seen the Red Cross stations and what the command centers they've done, and I've seen what Keller Williams have done, and it's incredible what they've done, and they're learning too. We just had a course on how to disaster relief and how you kind of structure it, and it probably took our organization years to figure that out, where they're just kind of learning on the fly so they can help their people. So it's just incredible what they've done and how they've done it. And John said a couple times where, we're not going to be perfect, but honestly, from what I've seen so far, to do what they did in the amount of time they had, looks pretty perfect to me.
We're pulling out. We're getting ready to go here. We got our trucks pulling out, going to Florida. We're getting some last-minute stuff from Costco. A couple of generators. We're finishing all that up, and we should be rolling here in the next 12 hours. We should be there and delivering generators ready to rock and roll.
Our company's always been guided by our culture. We take care of our people, and we take care of the communities we serve. And thanks to the passion and generosity of our associates, we are always pursuing bigger, more effective ways to deliver care. That's why we started KW Cares. When people were ill or when there was a personal tragedy, we would come in with meals and supplies in order to meet their needs. But over the years, as our KW family grew, those efforts grew as well. Next, we focused on meeting the needs of our market centers when they face challenges from fires, floods, tornadoes, and hurricanes. Today, we no longer are just packing up our cars in U-Hauls. We have our very own KW Cares trucks and trailers, and we're stocking warehouses with much-needed goods and supplies that are ready to go at a moment's notice. KW Cares separates us from other companies. More importantly, it's the core of who we are. We believe in giving back to our associates and their families. And now we have the means and the infrastructure to do just that. We are so grateful to all of you supporters who have made this dream possible. You've given us the opportunity to help even more people in their time of need. Thank you all.
Last year, I took a lot away from Mega Camp. It was a real learning experience. And I took a lot of stuff home that's going to help me at home. It's giving this time rather than receiving. And it excites me. It just drives my love for this company even more. Never seen this kind of outpouring. I mean, thousands and thousands of agents in line ready to go.
Both of us, we came from other franchises, and this experience is exactly what KW culture is. I think I was at Family Reunion, they talked about money is only as good as the good that it can do. I think that that's the best quote that I've gotten out of this year, because money was able to get both of us here.
Right.
And I never would have been in the position that I am in now had it been for KW. I could have never come here for a week and take that away, go away from my business like I can now, because KW has taught me how to add leverage to my life and to other people's lives, so that I can come and do these things, and Danny can come and do these things, and no other company teaches you how to do that.
Yeah. One thing I could say too, the philosophy and the backbone of this company is God, family, and business. Fist pump, Keller Williams.
I went and did a fundraiser this week, this amazing Mega Relief Week, and we raised, with 450 people, we raised over $160,000. That was amazing. And in addition to that, I asked everyone who had participated in one of the volunteer opportunities this week to please stand, and almost everyone in the room stood up. So we are doing great work here, and we're also being noticed outside of Keller Williams.
What's usually a huge convention for realtors is now a major gathering for helping hurricane victims. Each year, Keller Williams holds a global conference drawing thousands to the Austin Convention Center. This year, they made some quick changes that turned their realtors conference into a disaster relief center.
Our CEO realized that with evacuees coming into Austin and with there being a greater need than a conference, that we should take this pivot and turn Mega Camp, an annual conference, into Mega Relief.
The cleanup happening in homes all over Houston is not the story. It's who's doing it.
They're devastated about, looking at all their belongings, their furniture, no place to live.
Karishma Asrani is a Keller Williams realtor. The company quickly put together teams, sending them out to do whatever is needed. The supplies to clean and rebuild are also already here, with more on the way. Lance Loken has a 25,000 square foot warehouse that is already filled, and they're teaming with Keller Williams to get volunteers where they're needed. In fact, 57 homes were cleaned out by these groups just today.
Go in and help dig out drywall, tear up walls, do whatever in the world the people need.
Take a look. Realtors from Keller Williams, Sonora and Living, went to Texas to help homeowners there demo their houses so they could start to rebuild.
Just complete devastation, and you could just tell people were completely helpless, didn't know what to do.
The world's largest real estate company is trying to raise $20 million for hurricane recovery and turning its international conference into a week-long disaster response campaign. Live picture for you right here. Keller Williams turned away millions of dollars in revenue and pivoted its event from Mega Camp to Mega Relief.
A group from Keller Williams Southern Arizona drove an RV to Texas full of donations. They're also helping Texans rebuild. We have a look inside one family's home destroyed by flooding. This home in Beaumont, Texas was under 12 feet of water. Now, strangers like Chase Delperdang are there to help.
Ripping up all the flooring as well as all the drywall.
Delperdang and others from our local Keller Williams removed everything from inside. Keller Williams sent about 3,000 employees to the Houston area to volunteer. I'm Alex Dote, News 4 Tucson.
Hey guys, we're wrapping up Mega Relief, but we want to remind you that Red Relief is still going on. We have a $20 million goal that we want to bring in to help our associates in need. And right now we want to give you a glimpse into some of the effects Harvey had on Rockport.
All right, let's take a look. Keller Williams strong.
The destruction is pretty devastating.
Some areas are like leveled. They are. This is the Keller Williams Rockport office. It is home to 35 agents. You are seeing no roof. We had a lot of flood damage. We had a lot of wind because the front door blew in.
It was hurtful to see the building because I know there's a lot of history here.
You can see the video, you can see it on the news. Seeing it in person is a whole nother ballgame. This has been my home for years.
This is like our family. Do you want your picture with your grandkids? It's very emotional. It's like I've had my whole extended family here, and we're all holding each other up and just saying, don't give up.
You know, I know how much heart we put into Keller Williams has been awesome.
I've never seen this big of an outpouring, sending money and supplies, but also actually making the trip to Rockport.
They brought generators to all the agents that didn't have electricity.
Just knowing how much Keller Williams believes in us and cares about us, to do everything they've done for us is amazing. People are going to remember what Keller Williams did during this disaster and after. This is going to be a sign of the beginning for Rockport for the next phase that we're going into.
We're very resilient. We will bounce back, and we'll just get the word out that we're here and we're ready to go.
Down by the ocean, by the Rockport Arts Museum, there are 3 bronze statues. There's one in particular that is called My Eye. It's a woman standing against the wind, her hair and her dress blowing backwards, and the caption on that is "Against the Wind." You know, she survived against the wind, and that's what the rest of Rockport's going to do. This is who we are. We're going to stand against the wind, and everything that's happened here, we're just going to be bigger and better and stronger.
As you can see, Harvey really took a toll on our agents and our Keller Williams office in Rockport. I happen to be from a neighboring community, and it has been heartbreaking to see the devastation in an area where I grew up. The good news is we all know that in every crisis, true leaders show up. And I could not be more proud of one of my classmates from growing up, Coach Jay Seibert, who is the athletic director at Rockport Fulton ISD. Just days after Harvey's destruction, Jay engaged his students in cleaning up the community that led to football and volleyball and other sports practices, now giving Rockport something to cheer for and something to hope for.
This hurricane destroyed our town, destroyed where we live, where we grow up. Having it destroyed is heartbreaking. This was our volleyball gym that we went to at least every single day. It's demolished and it's really sad. Sorry.
I've spent almost 4 years in this court, and it's been basically a home to all of us athletes. Just seeing it gone is just, it feels like a piece of you is kind of missing. All of us really do hurt about this.
It's really hard for a lot of us because it's what brings a lot of people together, you know, like sports in general. It's tough, but we're working on it, you know, practicing at the field today, and then we're working on getting another gym, probably at another school to play in, so we'll continue one way or another.
This was our first practice, so we didn't know how many girls we'd actually have. We're able to pull some balls out and step off to the side of the football field where the guys were and pass a little bit.
Go!
run. Now look.
Well, Coach Seibert started the 4 o'clock thing where every day we come up at 4 o'clock.
The first thing I said is we got to start meeting. I got to start gathering them. So I kind of spread the word. I kind of sent text to all of them and said at 4 o'clock today, meet at the high school, and we'll clean up. That day we had 6 coaches show up and 3 players. The next day we had 28 kids. By the time Wednesday came around, we had a little over 200.
First we started cleaning up around the track and the field, and then we slowly worked it to where we're cleaning other people's houses.
And my wife's kind of got, basically a list of houses, and we just disperse upon the town and chainsaw up wood.
And help people who have a lot of things broken, messed up, fallen trees, anything, and we'll help them pick that up and carry it away.
We did that for a few days, and then the boys started saying, they were there, and we're like, Coach, we're working, let's practice. And I said, that's all right. I said, we'll practice on Friday, and people then thought I was crazy.
It was great to be back out here with my team and my coaches and putting in work and showing what we're made of. Some of us were even crying that we were gonna lose our season, but it's back and we're ready.
Football's like a brotherhood. We all come together in some way and become a big family.
We all love the sport, or we wouldn't be playing it. So, if something tragic like this happens, we got to come together on that.
Gives them something to, kind of go on about, and because we all need something. You got to have something to go do.
Being on this football field, they forget about what's around them. And that's what we need.
Coach Seibert really stepped up, and the boys were glad because, like I said, it took their mind off everything that's going on right now.
This is no longer a physical thing. It's no longer, do you know your play thing. It's a mindset thing. And it's not just for our football team, but for this community. Just like our football players can easily say, our season's over, we don't have a school to go to, our stadium's pretty much knocked down, we can just stop. But they kept going. It's the same thing for the people in town. They can sit back and stop, or they can go on and they can keep pushing.
What they do and the commitment they have to school, it's very heart-touching.
Here we go! Rockport!
It keeps the community motivated, I think, for sure. We're in Texas. Football is important to everyone in Texas, but this community pretty much, it's our Friday night lights.
The whole town just loves to come together and watch all of us play. We're all family, friends, just a community.
I was really concerned that we'd recover at all at first, but this type of practice here gives me hope and the community hope that we are going to recover, and I believe we'll build stronger.
I feel like now our athletic kids are leading kind of a charge for the community and for the idea of what we got to do to go get out of this.
We're a great program. We have a lot of really good athletes. We still have a chance to have a good season, and I know they're going to just everything that's happened just make them stronger and really have something to play for.
It's an inspiration for these kids to be out here. Being on this football field, they forget about what's around them. And that's what we need, because these kids are our future, right?
Future Rockport High School, I think better things to come. This is a major catastrophe. We're going to take it the best we can. We're going to be strong through it, and we're going to build, and we look for better days in Rockport for sure.
We're not the New Orleans Saints for Katrina, but we are the Pirates of Rockport Fulton. Maybe for this area and for the people here, we can bring them some joy and some happiness in the coming weeks and something to get excited about and go out and make them proud.
So our first day was out mucking homes, which means we're tearing out, hauling out, and we helped a son who was there representing his mom, and she is 87 years old, and the neighborhood wants her back home, and she was so sweet, and he went to call her, and I was standing next to him when he did that, and he said, "Mom, this is the best day out of the whole week," and he didn't hear me say that, but he'd been in there trying to salvage her house on his own. And he put us on speaker, and he said, "Hey, Keller Williams heroes, say hi to my mom." And we all screamed and hollered, and she giggled, and it was just so precious. And all those people that I partnered with yesterday, I mean, our hearts are so incredibly full. Everybody that I've run into today, our hearts are so full. The fun thing about social media is we're sharing this with our world. I have people asking how they can make a difference from afar, and I think that what we're doing here is actually reaching on such a bigger global level, and it's just incredible. I mean, we get to come in and be a power of force for the good and lead by example, and hopefully folks will follow. I mean, we're incredible. I'm so proud to be a part of a company that has decided to halt everything and to be able to make a difference in lives. These are our communities. Why would we not stop what we're doing to help?
Courage is revealed during times of fear, strength when we feel most weary. At the edge of destruction is heart, generosity, and compassion. They're humanity's greatest gifts. They allow us to look disaster in the eye and say, "You will not stop us. You will not break us. We will rise again like the phoenix." They light a fire within and lift spirits. When all seems lost, we find what's most important. Armed with smiles and shovels, angels appear to help rebuild lives. Faraway friends assist people they've never met in places they've never visited. Why? Because family takes care of family. That is the heart of the Phoenix. And that is why KW cares.
Last year, when it flooded in Baton Rouge, Keller Williams neighbors from surrounding states came to Louisiana to help out. And this year, when Hurricane Harvey struck, the Gulf States region returned the favor. Not only did they come to Texas, they really took the lead in helping with recovery in the Beaumont area, including coming up with some creative and resourceful ways to get help to people in need. Check it out.
I'm here on the ground floor in Beaumont. We have no power in most of the city. We have no water. You can't bathe, you can't brush your teeth. The things that people take for granted, just simple turn your faucet on, we don't have that.
We had water and trailers sitting at the state line waiting to be delivered when the highway cleared up. And one of our MCAs was able to line out a helicopter. And so we actually had a water drop this morning for Keller Williams.
We came today in the trailer that we just unloaded, then we're in the U-Haul right now. And we have more at our market center, so we're gonna head back.
The water that's being brought in some cases flown in, it has been so helpful. And I will never take a bottle of water for granted again.
We experienced the floods last year in Baton Rouge, and so they came and helped us, and we're just returning the favor.
We've been devastated many times before by hurricanes. We know what it feels like. We know what's needed. We know how to get it done. But it's the coolest part of it is just being able to help our fellow man. And of course, us Cajuns, we love our Texans.
When it comes to Keller Williams family, it's everything. It's why I took the role, and it's very passionate about it.
Our company is about perseverance, it's about culture, and it's about pressing forward. And I know that in the next few months to come will be difficult, but we're going to make it through.
So people said when we went from mega camp to mega relief that there would be no training. In fact, they said it was impossible. Well, we know that impossible is just a big word thrown around by people that think small. And when you think about impossible, we just changed it to I'm possible. Everything is possible at Keller Williams. And so we had masterminding on the bus. We had masterminding when people were having lunch and learns. We had so much education going. Check this out.
Around the horn right now in your small groups
focusing on that one thing time.
Making sure you're using a 411.
What will that allow you to do?
Oh, we're talking about cutting
I think of my life, and I think all the stuff that we gather in our lives and everything that we have that we cherish so much. That could be me right there. That could be my life in a pile right there. I want to give back to Keller Williams, honestly. It's given me so much. It's given me a life worth living and a business worth owning. That's why we're number one.
Hey guys, it's been an amazing week here at Mega Relief. We've had thousands of agents fly in. We're starting just now to wrap up, but the amount of agents that have given their time, their energy, their money to pour back into the devastation on the coast it's been humbling. It's been amazing. I encourage anyone that's watching now to, if you have $5 or more that you can give these families, it goes a long way at redrelief.org. Just Tuesday, me and Gary and John Keller and the whole crew went down to Sealy and were able to spend all day with a family and hundreds of our agents just on one street helping a community in Sealy, Texas.
It's gut-wrenching, it's painful, everything is gone. About 5:30 that morning, our neighbor John called and said, get up, get out of bed, you need to leave now. The creek is already 1.5 feet over the road. By the time we were able to get back in, the water wasn't really water, it was just sludgy mud. Everything everywhere, everything toppled over, refrigerators where they don't belong, mirrors shattered, just awful.
Where there's people in need, we show up. The only thing that matters are people. Money doesn't matter, things don't matter, it's just helping people.
Basically everything in the house was ruined from the water damage. We're here just trying to help where we can. I mean, there's hundreds of agents just on this one street, and a bunch of red kind of taking over all these homes.
I've never seen this kind of outpouring. There are thousands and thousands of agents in line ready to go. And it's exciting, you know. And that's what we've been doing. We've been gutting houses, getting the mold out, and just trying to clean the place up so people can come back in and get started rebuilding.
Well, that's pretty amazing, you know, to be able to give back to someone that didn't even expect to be given.
Living your life and all of a sudden it gets turned upside down. And if people don't help, how are you going to get it done? When you ask them to help, they don't say no, they don't think twice. They get on a plane, they get in a car, they get on a bus, and they come and they help. It's awesome.
To have everybody come out and offer us help, it's just such an overwhelming feeling of joy for Keller Williams to bring the team out. It makes you feel whole again. You've lost everything, but yet there's still people there that will help pick you back up.
It is pretty unbelievable. It's good to be a part of a family that cares so much.
Hey Keller Williams family, we're about to wrap up Mega Relief here in Austin, Texas. This week we had over 200 buses going to over 25 locations, one of them being Austin Pets Alive.
Check out this video and don't forget, donate to Red Relief.
I'm here with KW and we're here to come out and support Austin Pets Alive. And there's dogs that have been affected and all these animals from Hurricane Harvey. So we all came out to help them and take care of these loving creatures.
A bunch of our team flew down from Metro Detroit to come to Mega Relief to make an impact. I'm a huge animal supporter, and the idea of these animals having no one to help them, I'm going to start crying just thinking about it. We just walked a mama who was clearly separated from her puppies. It was incredible.
We're going to be here over the next 3 days, and you know there's a lot to do, and I know that they've got a lot more to do. With the number of volunteers that we have here, we're going to be able to help them move forward and help them get their spaces cleaned out and maybe help them even find homes for some of these animals.
It's just great to be a part of something that's bigger than just the individual, and collectively we come together for our culture and to help out people and animals.
Hi, this is Bill Soderoff coming to you on the last day in the last hour of Mega Relief. You know that we had to pivot just shortly before our event. We had to send out this message to all of our market centers, all of our agents, and all of our regions around the world that Mega Camp was going to change. Harvey, that uninvited guest, showed up right at the beginning of our time here, and we had to change what we were doing. People from more than 23 countries came to Austin, and we pitched in to help. We pivoted what we were going to do from all that training and education to go muck out houses, to go to churches, to go to schools, to gather material to save our friends in Texas. We've also taken that idea and we're now expanding it around the world to help our friends in Mexico, Puerto Rico, and south of the border to make sure that we can help. It's going to change our company forever. Thousands of people came to Texas to change the world. Our voice is being heard because Mega Relief, that old concept of coming and helping ourselves, helps people now around the world. Next year we want to see you coming here because we're not tired, we're only just beginning.
What you are doing is absolutely amazing.
The community of Rockport's been ravaged, and we wanted to show up, help them in any way we could.
And not that you fight, no son, you get through it.
We're here today because we're taking care of some kids that are evacuees, and we're going to shop with them.
Girls, here we go. We're getting warmer.
Yeah.
Get the bonus pack. There's 3 extra. You get 9 for the price of 6. Boom. That just happened.
Do you want to get dressed?
This?
Folks, give it up for yourself. Well, I can't see anybody, so you look great. Please join me in welcoming to the stage head coach of the Rockport Fulton County High School Pirates, Jay Seibert and Holly Priester.
Like when we lose, it's not like it's okay, y'all played hard. They want us to win. You know, I mean, it's just like in your company. Y'all don't sell a house for 2 months. They don't tell you great job.
This is really cool. Stephen Trevino is also a classmate of Jay and mine. Stephen is a comedian now.
I was really worried about doing the show. I said, you know what, maybe they're not going to laugh. And then Jay said some things that he laughed at. And I was like, oh, I'm good. If the high school football coach can make you laugh, I'm going to be just fine. The quarterback, the cheerleader, the press clown. Thank you guys.
We're helping the Hurricane Harvey victims here, organizing. We're right now putting care packages together and sorting out things in this shelter here.
We are sorting food so that it can be released to people in need.
we are making a difference. So these ads are working.
So we've seen several different volunteer groups come through. By far, Keller Williams has been the largest. We've gotten calls from different community partners about how great the Keller Williams volunteers have been. So we're just really blessed and thankful to have such a large group come through and help us sort those boxes and these donations.
It's really, everybody's pumped up for being here to help and to help the communities where 300 families, KW families, have been directly affected.
We are in a family, and despite we are far away, we should be there, because the family could live far away from each other, but they belong to the same family, and that's why we are here.
I am so excited that we have the privilege of raising $20 million. Now that sounds overwhelming, but when you think about it, as $120 per agent, you can wrap your arms around it. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, I want you to give money out of your own pocketbook. No matter how small it is, don't think it's insignificant, because every little bit adds up. And it will make you feel so good because you did that out of your own business account. Number two, I want you to get on the phone with your sphere of influence. Now, let me tell you what happened to me when I did that. I called a woman. I thought I'd be lucky to get $1,000. She delivered a $20,000 check to me. Do you realize that represents, at 120 an agent, that represents 160 some agents. Now, after you do that, I want you to have a fundraiser within your market center. You see, it's really going to be easy if you think $120 per agent. And if you can raise $5,000, that represents 40 some agents. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. You know, for years, we've learned the higher purpose of business is to care, share, and give. And now we have another opportunity for family helping family. But guess what? This is the moment we were born for, because this will be our legacy. I love you all so much, and I am so proud of you.